Greetings and welcome to Socialbook.io. For this demo, I'm going to be tackling men's fashion influencers, which is very different from regular fashion influencers, which usually are mostly geared towards a female audience. So, first we're going to start with our language, which is the same whether you're doing men's fashion or female fashion or any category, to be honest with you. You want to make sure that you can actually communicate with all the influencers you're about to find. So I speak English, so I chose English, and I am looking at 500,000 English-speaking influencers. Now, when I say influencers, I mean YouTubers. I could always switch that over to Instagram if I so please, but I find YouTube more interesting myself, so I'll stick with that. Next, I'm going to go to the fashion and beauty category, and we're going to be showing all of the English-speaking fashion and beauty influencers, so 34.7 thousand of them. Next, I'm going to make sure that the influencer resides in the United States, because that's where I live, and I want to talk to the influencer in my own time zone. It's quite difficult trying to schedule meetings with influencers who are located all around the globe. But I am currently looking at 13.7 thousand US-based English-speaking fashion and beauty influencers. So next, I'm going to go ahead and make sure they all have at least 100,000 or more subscribers. Not looking at any micro-influencers. We're down to 1.8 thousand influencers. Let's make sure they've been active in the last 30 days and that they have a public email. Because if they're active a public email, they're way more likely to respond to you. It's basically an invitation for brand deals. So now we're looking at 892 influencers. I also want them to have an Instagram account. That way we can advertise on both platforms. So now we're looking at 636 influencers that have both an Instagram and YouTube following. Now let's go ahead and target a male audience between the ages of 25 and 34. That's the age group that's financially stable enough to have the most, to actually make purchases. So this age group has the most money. You can monetize from it. I'll give you 30% of that age group. And let's make sure that they're also from the United States. Maybe whatever we're shipping only ships locally. So now I'm looking at 79 fashion influencers that have a male audience based in the U.S. between the ages of 25 and 34. This is amazing. What are we actually selling here? Could it be watches, wallets, suits? Yeah, suits. I'm going to type in the word suit. And now we're going to be looking at 14 influencers specialized in suits. Either they give suits recommendations or suit reviews, but their videos are revolved around suits. I'm going to go to list view. I'm going to select all. I'm going to send all 14 of them a mass email. Just kind of see who replies back. So that mass email is going to show coming from my personal address, so it doesn't look like spam. And I can always save this list for later if I don't feel like sending that email now. I can also go into each of these profiles individually and check out the individual stats. And if they do end up impressing me, I can go ahead and click this button to start a personal conversation with the influencer. And if this influencer does not reply to me right away, and a lot of them won't, I don't have to fear. I don't have to worry. I can just go ahead and click this donate button and donate them $1 or $2 or maybe $10 if I really want to work with them. And in order for them to collect that money, they have to read the message. They do not have to respond to the message. They just have to open it and read it. But to incentivize them to open your message means you don't go to their spam folder. A big issue with influencer marketing, what I think is the hardest part, is getting the influencer to reply to you because they get hit up with brand deals in mass entities. They probably get hundreds of messages a day, and they just ignore most of them and go straight to spam. So if you give them some type of incentivize to open the message and read it, even if it's just a couple of bucks, they'll usually do it because it's high reward for very low risk. And if they like what they see, they like what you're telling them, they'll probably reply back to you. So that's something only we offer, and it solves that problem of getting the influencer to reply to you. So what you've been looking at are lots of different stats. They all pretty amazing. Let you know if they're growing subscribers, losing subscribers, what their daily average views are they meeting their daily average views, has something gone viral recently, what does their audience look like, what their audience interests are, and my personal favorite, well, one of my favorites anyhow, the brand mentions. So this particular influencer has worked with Dollar Shave Club 6 times. If I click the Dollar Shave Club logo, I can see all their Dollar Shave Club related videos, and each of these videos come with their individual stats as well. What else has he worked with? He's worked with something called Scentbird a couple times. And I guess this is some type of cologne. So I can see all of his Scentbird related videos. This is really important because you get a feel for what the influencer style of making sponsored content in. You do not want to pay an influencer to make a video and to have them phone it in. On top of that, you want to make sure they're not deleting any videos, and that will show you whether or not they deleted videos. Any influencer delete sponsored content is a red flag to never work with them. This is their most engaged influencer section. And I guess this one actually is probably my favorite section. It tells me out of all this person's subscribers, which ones are also YouTubers themselves. So if I were to work with this influencer, I could probably work with all these people as well, usually at a discounted rate, because if I'm already working with an influencer they subscribe to, they'll be way more likely to trust me. It immediately gives my campaign some credibility. So that's how the search function works. This is a very complex search. Let's do a simple one. Let's just go to fashion and beauty. I'll type in the word watch, search, make sure they all speak English, have a email, and I want to target a male audience. Let's see what we got here. Took me 20 seconds to do this, and we're looking at 915 English-speaking watch influencers. And I can go ahead to list view. I can select all, send them all a mass email, add it to a list, call it my watch list, or I can get rid of the word watch and type in wallet instead and get all the wallet influencers. We got 148 of them. Go ahead and save that to a list, call it my wallet influencer list. It's super simple, super easy. You know what you're looking for. Socialbook can help you find it. If you don't know what you're looking for, you can play around with it and probably find something you didn't know you needed. But anyhow, what is important to realize is that the Socialbook search function is only about 20% of the entire Socialbook platform. The other 80% does some very advanced things, amazing things, like campaign management tools such as email marketing, email tracking, link shorteners, link tracking, be able to see if someone clicks a link, what do they do next? Do they purchase something? Do they register for something? Do they download something? And competitor analysis, be able to choose a competitor like H&M and see what influencer they're using, all the H&M influencers, and then you can just pillage them. So another company has already run an influencer campaign and you want to duplicate that, you can just click the logo of that company and see all the influencers they're using and how their videos performed. So you make sure you only get the good ones. It's a great way to start if you've never done any influencer marketing before. But yeah, it would take about 30 minutes to demo you the full platform, and there is a link in the description of the video if you want to go ahead and sign up for one of those demos. I highly suggest that you do. At the very least, you will not be bored. So yeah, go ahead and sign up for that 30-minute demo. And other than that, we would be more than happy to have you on board. And thank you for spending some time with me today to watch this video. And adios.